All right, so tonight's job is this little Ford Focus here. It's a 2005, and let's get you looking at it. See if I can get this camera off. Okay, this is it right here. It something I'm selling, but it has some engine mounts that need replacing, and they're in this engine bay, believe it or not. They're hiding. Here's one right here, you can see it there, and then the other one, well, the other one's a different story. So it is, you can barely see the bolt right there. So this battery tray and battery has to come out, and then this coolant reservoir has to come out. I'm going to go ahead and get to that now. I'm not going to give you every annoying detail, but this coolant reservoir is held in with just little bolts, and then it's kind of just hanging in there on some tabs as well. Get this coolant jug out. Got the 10mm, and it just goes on like that. Just out. And then the jug just has a little thing back here, and you kind of just see if you see it right there. Just kind of slide it off of that thing right there, and it comes right out. I'll do that now. All right, so check that out. That's basically full access to this engine mount right here, which doesn't look all bad, does it? All right, so I didn't really talk about my tool setup here, so let me do that right now. Biggest part of the tool setup for engine mounts, it's a jack. Right now the jack is just under the motor, keeping the motor where it is. Everything on this engine is metric. So I have a metric 10mm, and I have a metric 18, and this guy right here has a metric 15. Then I have various extensions that I use, and a pretty big long bar. This one is my throwaway torque wrench. I don't really use this one for torquing much. I just use it as a big bar. A lot of the things I need big bars, so this became my just basic old ratchet, and it kind of tells me what torque it's at. How much I've used it is probably pretty inaccurate now, so on we go. So these are the three anchor part numbers. This is the bottom one, 2939, goes at the rear of the engine. This is the transmission mount, 2986, and 3103 is the one I just took out. Take a look at it. So goes in just like that, I guess. About to find out if everything works on it. Looks like it should. Alright, just a small little explanation of what I'm doing here. These tabs right here are bent over this mount, so I just gotta bend them back off of this thing in order to get the new mount onto the bracket. So here goes nothing. Alright, so this is me getting the engine mount off, prying it off with a screwdriver, and then taking a pair of pliers and bending the ears back, It's tedious work. I've been at it about a minute. I'm gonna finish it up now. So I got it. It's out. It ain't pretty. Okay, so I got it installed, the engine mount. You have to bend the ears over with a BFH. Make sure you have one available. I use that, definitely vice grips, that set a strong plain head. Okay, now to put a joker back on. Easy, just reverse everything right here. These are studs that go into the, let me show you here. These studs go into the block, then the rest just bolt onto the fender. All right. I'm about to wrap up the engine mount install on the passenger side, the right side of the car. Just putting everything back 15 millimeter, and I had to jack up the engine, of course, gotta get it in place. 15 millimeter for all the ones that go on the fender, and these ones are going into steel, so it's go slow, don't go crazy. This thing is capable of 650, I believe, so you don't want to be doing that. Get these snugged up, and then you torque them down. Alright, those are the 15 millimeter. Now for the 18, now these are the studs. Now these are going into aluminum. Be very careful. So Google says that you torque these to 66 pounds. So we're gonna go down here to 66 here. 80, 70, 61. This is my torque wrench here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Lock it into place. Get my. Okay. So we're gonna go to 66. Going into aluminum. Now this is steel. Don't feel halfway as bad about that. They don't strip real easy. So gotta hang this one right back on the post right here, and then 10 millimeter right here.
Of course, we needed a engine mount. We got the 3101 from Anchor. Advanced Auto Parts supplied these, and then I used, of course, my trusty mag tray with a 18 millimeter, a 15 millimeter, a couple of extensions, a torque wrench, a bar, which you can use a torque wrench to same a pick. That's for the back of that reservoir.
10 millimeter for the reservoir, and then these to bend the ears from the old engine mount, and to hammer to rebend the ears on the new engine mount. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, you need a jack, big time. Okay, let this thing down. Okay. So, you know what's so funny about engine mounts? They're all tied together, and it really is impossible to see, you know, which one is having, that car was making noise. Like it was just, you could hear every revolution of that engine because it wasn't hard mounted and it wasn't, you know, soft mounted. It was a moving engine mount. So the passenger side engine mount, this 3103, changing in that car made a world of difference. And oddly enough, of all the three, this one looks the best. If you look at it, you know, apart from me tearing that up there, but if you look at it, it does not look all that bad. It looks intact even, you know, but it was such a dramatic difference between when it was on and was off. And I started the car after each engine mount just to kind of check. And the rear engine mount, this one right here, the lower, looked the worst and had the least effect. This part right here is resting on the metal part. This part right here is resting on the metal part, and it's just looks awful. But either way, so job done. Easy job. I didn't do the lower engine mount because that one was really easy. Just jack up the car, loosen 2 bolts, slide the thing out and slide it back in. So anyway,